will I, your host, the one and only infamous Kentucky Yankee without a doubt, be able to install the transom in this old boat this week? Spoiler alert. Why, of course. I've got a lot of old paint, different things laying around the shop, but I decided to use this red coat fuel tank liner to seal up my transom, this board. But Benny, will it work? How the heck am I supposed to know? How many transoms do you think I sealed up with red coat fuel tank liner? None. Come on, guys. If it works, should you use it? No, you should use whatever you have laying around. The reason I'm using this is because I think maybe it was a little bit costly. And if I don't use it, it's going to go to waste. I don't have any fuel tanks to seal up. I don't really like sealing up fuel tanks. This is why I did not get marine grade plywood. This plywood, the whole sheet cost me 44 bucks. If the boat doesn't have any leaks, the only reason that wood rotted is because it had leaks. I really wouldn't even have to seal this as long as it was sealed up, you know, the aluminum part of the boat. But what happened was it got little holes in it here and there, and it rotted the wood out. It should have not had those holes. I'm going to be real sure and make sure that I seal up all the aluminum on that boat. The way this transom fits in there, it's like 6 inches from the bottom of the boat, so it's not like it's going to wick up. And if you got 6 inches of water in your boat, you need to be getting it out anyhow. I will probably put 2 coats on this sucker, whether it needs it or not. First coat dried, and it looks like it really soaked into the wood. I think it'll be all right. I'm gonna do another coat because I think it should have a little gloss to it. When it gets glossy, that means all the pores are full and it should be watertight. 2 coats, let's see how it repels water. Look at that. I believe this is going to work just fine, as long as it doesn't delaminate from the plywood. Notice the 2 different colors. This is real dull looking and it feels rough. This is smooth and it feels slick. The reason I did this is to promote mechanical adhesion of the epoxy when we put it on. They recommend you use an acid like Alumibrite to etch the aluminum, but this should work for the inside. I'll probably use the acid on the outside, but not the inside. I just don't want to make all that mess and have to wash it out, neutralize it. In order to duplicate this lip right here on the back of this transom, I cut this piece out of this channel. Probably could have used angle iron, but I didn't have any. I've welded it up using a 1/16 inch rod, and now I want to go back and just go over the top of it without using a rod at all to see if I can smooth out my weld a little bit and make it prettier. It's not terrible, but I think it can be better. More of an up-close view. This is what it's looking like right now. This is the outcome after I smoothed it out a little bit. I think it's better. Not perfect, I still need practice, and I need to look up some techniques, I think, to know exactly what to do. Good news is we do have our channel installed and everything's starting to stiffen up now. I'm gonna put a little self-etching primer on the very bottom edge because I'm going to epoxy this, but I don't want to go all the way to the bottom because it could wick up through the epoxy if it doesn't seal real good. That's my thoughts. This is some blue pigment for the epoxy. Dark blue. Should look nice. I do not need to mess around after I mix this. I need to get it on the boat because I believe it'll harden quick today. It's 90 degrees. I said 90 degrees out. It is thick. That's for sure. I like it. This ought to seal her up. I think I'm going to throw it on here and go back and smooth it out. Probably work better with a roller, but I just thought this small section we could do with a brush. I'm afraid when this hardens up it's going to do it all at once like Bondo, so I'm in a hurry. I'll get back with you when I get it done. Well, it's blue, so let's talk about it. It looks kind of crappy. It's all right. But what happened was I was using the paintbrush, switched to a roller. The roller, the fibers started pulling out in the epoxy. I didn't even notice it. And now it's all up in it, so it's rough looking. That's okay, because this is a good time to learn. You won't see any of this. The board goes over the top of it, but it is still sealed really good. The epoxy worked great. When I do the outside of the boat, I'm gonna do it totally different though. I'm gonna just do a thin coat with a good roller, and then I'm gonna do another coat and another coat, whatever it takes, 2 or 3 coats, probably 2, and it should look like new money. So it was okay that I experimented here, and I did seal everything up, and it'll be fine. Hard not to be excited about this. We're coming together with it. I expected it to be a tight fit because this is longer down than it was before, and also the piece I made on the bottom is going to be longer up. It's okay. I think it'll make it stronger. I wanted it that way. As long as we can get this board in. If we can't, I'll cut it. Nice, snug. The epoxy and the fuel tank sealer, they don't like each other. They don't want to slip. You know what I'm going to do? Put a little soap and water up in there. That's what I'll do. A little soapy water. My secret weapon, soapy water. Now you'll slide in there whether you like it or not. Now, didn't that work a little better? Oh yeah, very much so. This is a little frivolous. There was no need to have a new sheet here, but dang it, I wanted it, and it'll look so much better than this old ragged, worn out piece. Our brand new aluminum interior. This poor piece has seen better days, so I built this replacement piece right here, and she looks just fine. This holds the transom up from the bottom on the boat. First run of bolts all bolted in right here, and it's already changed it quite a bit. It's very stiff. There's gonna be a huge difference when I put this bracket on the top. They knew what they were doing when they engineered this thing. It'll be very strong when I get that bracket on. I forgot to get our side pieces in, so I'll do that now. This was riveted on the side, and I'm just gonna use bolts, but I'm waiting on those bolts still. They're supposed to be in the mail, so for now I'm just gonna shove these in to hold it temporarily. I think I'm gonna. I thought I better get this part on now while I can still get to it. It's tight from the inside to get to it. You could never tighten it down, I don't think. It'd be tough. I'm sure you could, but it'd be tough. Time now to get this cap repaired. It is bent up, it is cracked up, it is a mess, and it can't go on the boat like this. I would like to mention this. All these cracks, bends, different things, damage that this thing has is because of the transom going bad. If the transom was solid, none of this stuff would have flexed, cracked, and broke and bent. Double-sided tape. Both sides have a lot of damage like this. Here's the other side. Check that out, it was all cracked up under there and they put this nice patch on here. This piece is snug. I don't know why. A little tweaked, I guess. Here's my patch piece, pretty much the same as what they had, except I just got rid of all the junk metal underneath. Now we got a new one, and I can weld it underneath and on top to make it strong. There's our left side patch. There's our right side patch. You guys remember what this hacked up hole was for? It was for this fishing pole holder. I sure don't like it. I'm gonna cut it out, fix it. Nice square hole, nice square patch. All patched up. It did not turn out as nice as I would have liked it to. Let's move on. Some double-sided tape to go back on it. This tape is waterproof too, by the way. I've got it welded in. This is the right side, and it doesn't look too bad. And this is the left side, and I think this is the best weld of the whole boat so far. My aluminum welding is slowly improving. The transom is coming together on this old boat. My life couldn't be much better. Tune in next week and we'll do some more.